Hello all, Pit Bike Mike with another little treat for you all. We are at a Indian motorcycle demo day up here at Twig Cycles up in Hagerstown. So we are starting off our journey on a Super Chief, which is the direct competitor to the Heritage Classic 114. We're looking at 714 pounds, $21,500 starting. Powered by the Thunderstroke 116, 120 foot-pound of torque, 6-speed transmission. Look at that fancy display that this thing's got, though. I can do like different ride modes. I got heated grips, and because you all obviously have to know, got that cruise control, which we'll give that a go. See how that works. You can swipe to do like the different display. Let's see, we got a map. Look at that, we got GPS. All right, we're getting moving already. All right, we'll switch back to just our gauge cluster. Let's move it to sport mode because I like, And we are off on the first ride of the day. I'll admit these beach bars on this thing definitely are a little odd. Yeah, it's a little something to get used to. Compared to the Heritage, which had a little bit closer in bars. Well, once we get on the road, we can do a little bit more talking. But just listening to the motor, it's got a different sound to it compared to the Harley. I don't know, it's more tinny sounding. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that tinny sound on this motor. This is definitely something to keep in mind. Gear shifter is pretty smooth on it, like definitely can't complain. One thing I'll admit though is that the way it's adjusted is I can't really get my steel toe boot underneath of the shifter very well. So that's definitely something to consider. I'll drop down my visor a little bit, even though there's not too much wind flow because of that big old windscreen in front of me, which pretty nice, pretty nice. It does kind of have that funky downshift though, kind of like a Harley. Got the floorboards. The brakes feel a little vague. Like I pull on it, like yes, I feel it slowing down, but it's not like a very assuring slowdown. Like it just. So going back to the display, as you can see, we got an RPM gauge, we got a fuel gauge, we got southeast, got the odometer, got your gear position indicator, which is nice. Let's try out the cruise control. So alright, hit the set button. Alright, look at that. So Interesting thing though about this is that, like, compared to the Harley, the cruise control light right there actually changes color when you actually put it into cruise control. So I didn't actually know that I was in cruise control for a split second. Not really a big fan of that. Like, I would like to at least see like some recognition that it, you know, deployed the cruise control. This is full throttle in third gear. It's okay. I don't know. Even though it has about the same power as the Harley, I don't know. It just it doesn't feel like it wants to take off the same. Even though I'm in sport mode, which, you know, I watched a video on these, and, you know, people were like, oh, were you in sport mode, were you in touring mode, or, you know, whatever. So I'm in the baddest mode that you can be in, you know, where it's supposed to give you all the throttle response. And like, it's not bad. It's a little lackluster. Alright, let's try the cruise control one more time. Alright, cruise control 1. Okay, I see actually down here where it shows that the cruise control is activated. Interesting. I have yet to get out of fourth gear though on this route that we're doing, which I guess is okay. Definitely a lot more curvy than the Harley demo day that we took, so it's kind of nice to maybe get like a better feel for the bike, you know, on some curvy roads. Interesting. Yeah, this is kind of nice doing some back curvy roads like this. This is a really good route. Huh. Like, this is actually a route that I would actually ride, like on a basis like myself. Like, this is kind of cool. Huh. So, even though I mentioned the beach bars, like these handlebars, like at the very beginning, like, now that I'm actually riding and going with it, it's not that bad, honestly. It's you know, still the arm distance is a little wide for what I am accustomed to, but once you're actually going, it's not that bad. It's really kind of hard to give you a, like, it's kind of hard to do comparison and contrasting with like the Harley, you know, which is obviously its direct competitor. Like, the Harley had better feeling brakes. The Harley, I think, had better throttle response. Like, even though it's in you know, in sport mode now, which is a little bit twitchier, I don't know, like, the Harley throttle just felt good. Like, it felt like a very good throttle no matter what type of situation you were in. Obviously, at some point, we're going to have to try to see if this thing goes into neutral, because, you know, that was the one thing with the Harley. You had to do like a secret handshake to really kind of get it into a neutral. Bike leans in very well. It definitely gets up to speed fairly well, you know. It's not like there's a lack of power, I'll definitely say that. But I definitely think I do like the power delivery of the Harley-Davidson a little bit better. I don't know. definitely some questioning thoughts that riding both of these bikes kind of give you. Alright, let's try cruise control again, now that we're, you know, on a straightaway that, but just isn't a bad feeling, you know, having like kind of my arm down low, you know. Definitely with the wide bar though, with just doing the one-handed operation, it feels weird with my arm being all the way out there, because like I do feel like I got control of the bike. It's just a different feel to it. It's kind of hard to describe, but I feel like definitely if I decided to buy an Indian, I would have to change this handlebar, because I just don't see how I would be able to do this, honestly. Oh, and so, interesting thing, comparing to the other, compared to my other demo rides, I actually have my backpack with me today. So I am riding 2 up on this demo, you know, because let's be honest, like, this is a realistic test of how it would actually be for me on a daily basis, actually having a passenger with me. And so far, it's not bad. So this does have self-canceling turn signals like the Harley. Which is nice. You know, definitely I don't see why more manufacturers don't have that on their bikes. But I definitely say I definitely do not like this shifter linkage, because like me not being able to get my foot underneath of it properly, I don't know, I don't like it. It's not a very confident feel when I'm trying to shift gears, because like without me like looking down, I'm like, am I actually getting it into gear? Like it's definitely a downside, I'll admit. It's definitely a downside. So let's see, now that we're also at like a highway style speed, one thing I noticed is that like, even though the windshield, it looks roughly the same size as the Harley-Davidson, I kind of feel like I'm getting a little bit more wind buffeting on the top of my helmet than I did on the Harley. Like, I still have good like wind around like in my shirt and all that, where it feels comfortable, like I'm getting sufficient airflow, but like I definitely feel it and hear it a little bit on the top of my helmet, more than I did on the Harley. Don't get me wrong, this is a nice bike. This is a really solid riding bike. It feels good. The seat's pretty comfortable. I'll have to ask my backpack at the end of the ride how she thought of it, but you know, it's not too bad. It's not that bad. Here, we're gonna put it back in a, let's just say, a standard mode. See what the standard mode feels like. So the standard mode definitely has a lot more, like, where I have to move my I have to definitely move my throttle hand a lot more before it does anything, which definitely makes it smoother feeling. But like, there is a a noticeable lag from when I kind of blip it to where before it actually translates into, you know, actual forward motion. You know, the technology of this bike definitely helps really kind of like, the technology on this definitely one-ups the Harley, but I hate to say it, but I feel like just the actual riding experience in general, I think the Harley kind of has this thing beat out. Like, it's really sad to say, because like I really had high hopes for this thing, and like, you know, like technology doesn't disappoint. It's just, ooh, we finally get to try a neutral. See if we can get this thing into neutral. What do y'all think? You think we're gonna get lucky and get into neutral on our first try? Let's see what happens. All right, we are at a stop. All right, let's see if we can get this thing in the neutral. Oh, look at that, neutral. First attempt. He was telling you to do your little wavy thing. What's that?
I completely forgot about that.
How do you feel back there?
I like it. I feel like it's like hard to take off though.
What do you mean?
Like it's like when you take off, it's like jerky.
A little jerky, yeah. I don't know. We'll definitely say, but comfortable. What is back there? How you feeling comfort?
I'm comfortable.
Like. All right. I don't know if you heard that from my backpack, but the backseat comfort is more than sufficient. She's like, let's keep going. I'm feeling good back here. So, you know, you got the backpack rider approval right there. So let's see what this thing has. It's got keyless ignition, designed for adventure, cruise control, full LED lighting, Pirelli Night Dragon tires. Sponsored by Progressive. I'm not sponsored by Progressive. The official sponsor of Indian Motorcycle is Progressive. Huh, interesting. But all in all, not bad. I'll definitely admit it went into neutral a lot easier than the Harley, which, you know, that's something. What is that right there? Oh, that's like, it's weird that it has like a button all the way down there for like a daytime running light or a fog light or something. Very, very interesting. Oh, look at that. Changes my display by this little button right here. Alright, if I push that in, what does it do? Doesn't really do anything. I don't know. Definitely on when it's in standard throttle mode, it's definitely smoother getting off the line and all that good stuff. Still don't know how I feel about that motor. Tinny-ish sounding. But that is where we're at. So we're probably going to end it off here, you know, and then we're going to get riding on the next bike, which I'm not sure what it's going to be just yet, so we will see when we get there. So hope you all like, subscribe, and yeah, Pit Bike Mike.